My parents spent my whole life joking I wasn't really their kid. At their 40th anniversary party, I put the proof on a projector and watched their faces collapse. Looking back, that was the moment their little joke finally choked on itself. Dad's favorite line was, "Must have switched babies at the hospital." Mom would laugh, "Are you sure you're ours?" My older sister Natalie never got those jokes. She was perfect. I was the kid who didn't fit and got called sensitive for noticing. At 23, I went into the attic for Christmas boxes and found a shoebox. Hospital records do not open. Inside were 2 footprint sheets, 2 hospital bracelets, and 2 birth certificates. Same date, same time, same hospital, 2 different names. I took photos, put it back, and spent months spiraling. I ordered my birth certificate from the state. It matched one in the box. I couldn't tell if I was being paranoid or finally paying attention. Natalie asked me to help build the anniversary slideshow. That's when I noticed my first-year photos were wrong. No newborn shots, no mom holding me in the hospital pictures. Then I found an album hidden in Dad's office, photos of my parents holding a different baby in the hospital, a baby who looked exactly like Natalie. I called my Aunt Rachel, who vanished from our lives when I was 5. The second I said the hospital name, she went quiet. "Your father made me promise I'd never tell you." Then she hung up. The party was at a country club, all champagne and forced smiles. When it was my turn to toast, I stood up like I was playing along. "Congrats on 40 years, I said, "and thanks for the running joke that I'm not really yours." Dad grinned. He raised his glass, ready for the punchline. Then I went slow. First, I plugged my phone into the projector. Next, the hospital documents filled the screen. Then, 2 sets of footprints appeared, side by side. After that, the second birth certificate popped up, bold and clean. Again, I looked at my parents, and Mom went paper white. Then Dad lunged for the cords, hands shaking, mouth open. Finally, the screen went black, but everyone had seen enough. Whispers ripped through the ballroom. Dad boomed, "Everyone out." Natalie grabbed my arm, nails digging in. "They switched you," she whispered. I didn't know. When the last guest left, Rachel walked in like she'd been waiting outside. She stared my father down. "I warned you this would surface." Dad hissed, "Get out." Rachel pressed a business card into my palm. "Call me tomorrow. I'll tell you what they won't." At home, Dad poured whiskey like it was oxygen and finally talked. Another family was at Street Mary's that night. Collins, identical twin girls. 3 weeks later, one baby died of SIDS, and the hospital realized the babies had been switched. The baby who died wasn't the Collins child. It was my parents' biological daughter. I was the other twin. "So you kept me," I said. Dad snapped. "We raised you. We loved you. And you made it a joke," I said, hearing my voice go flat. That's when I realized the jokes weren't humor. They were guilt, leaking. Dad tried one last control grab. "You're not contacting them." I kept wondering what he feared more, losing me or getting caught. I called Rachel anyway. She told me the Collins family lived 20 minutes away. Michael at the community college, Diana at a bookstore, their daughter Emma, looking exactly like me. I messaged Emma. She called it a sick joke and blocked me, so I begged for one meeting through the bookstore. Next morning, the shop was closed. I laid the documents on a small table. Diana started crying before she finished reading. Michael read everything twice, jaw clenched, like repetition could make it less true. Then the bell over the door rang. Emma walked in. I was staring at my own face. She stepped closer, voice shaking. "I used to dream about a sister." She touched my cheek like I might vanish, and then tires screeched outside. My parents stormed in, furious and panicked. Natalie rushed in after them, pale. "He put a tracking app on our phones years ago," she said. "I'm sorry." Michael got between us. "You let us bury an empty casket." Dad roared. "She's our daughter." Diana said, "Low and sharp DNA test. Lawyer." 3 weeks later, the email hit my phone. Identical twins. Emma sat beside me, shoulder to shoulder, and let out a cracked laugh. "So, just sister." I nodded, throat tight. My parents never joked about the hospital again. The truth finally had air, and it didn't sound like laughter at all.